Welcome. I'm about to share with you one of my absolute go-to favorite themes of all, theme framework, Ultimatum Theme Framework. If you haven't used it, you're really missing out. It's the most fascinating, in-depth, greatest, simple to use if you understand how it thinks. Now, if you don't understand how it thinks, you're going to get very confused. My job is to break it down so you understand how to master the art of using the Ultimatum Theme Framework. So right now I have the Ultimatum Theme Framework installed, but I got this blank page. Now, part of what you're seeing up here is because I'm logged in. So here's what I want to share with you, a little production technique. If you don't want to have to log in and log out, if you're admin, a really cool technique, I'm going to copy that and I'm using Firefox. I'm just going to go to a private window. And if I paste in here right now, then you're not going to see those black admin panels up on top. You're actually going to see nothing on the page because I don't have anything to use. I haven't set up my Ultimatum theme the correct way. So let's get started here. I have a brand new install. Now I'm working on multi-site, and in my in-depth A to Z Ultimatum theme, I share with you how to squeeze the sponge and use and benefit from multi-site. If you guys don't know what multi-site is, you're really missing out, especially when it comes to SEO marketing and building sites with WordPress. So I'm going to go to my dashboard. Now, for those of you that have maybe struggled a little bit with WordPress, I have a bunch of plugins on here I haven't activated, so pay no attention to some of the warnings we're getting here because this is just a demo. So here's how Ultimatum thinks. Right now, if I go down here in templates, you will see that I have my basic template installed. Now, Ultimatum does ship with a basic template setup, and I'm going to share with you, because that's my objective here as your humble narrator and teacher. I want to share with you how the software thinks, and this is how Ultimatum thinks. Ultimatum, of course, is a theme-based framework for WordPress. Ultimatum requires a theme, which it is, Ultimatum. Then it requires a template. Okay, so the hierarchy is theme, child theme. Now, we're not going to talk about child theme today. We go into great detail in my all access course and also my A to Z training for the Ultimatum theme. So what we'll do right now is add a new template based on these choices. So the hierarchy is theme, child theme, template, template, layout, rows, which are also div tags, which are also HTML article tags. Those rows contain widgets. The widgets contain the content. So very important step here. I'm going to share with you a really cool technique. Now, I'm a lazy guy when it comes to software, so I don't want to have to flip between my admin, front end, back end. So here's what I can do. I'm going to Command T, Control T for Windows, and there is the front end. So there's the front end where I can see nothing. Here's my back end, front end, back end. Good production technique. So I'm about to add a new template. Now, based on these choices, there's many different types of templates. We're just going to build a main 960 width template and make it responsive design. And based on these choices, we're going to save template. Now, here could be a little frustrating part. You'll think, oh, maybe it didn't work, so I'm going to try it again. Well, it actually did work. It puts you back on this interface. All I have to do now is hit back. Now what it's telling you right here is I don't have a default template. Now you might ask yourself, you might say to yourself, well, I just created a template. Shouldn't that be my default template? Well, that's true, but according to the rules of the Ultimatum theme, you need to tell it that that's my default template. So I'm going to click right here. Now keep in mind, if I go to my front end and hit the refresh key, I still see nothing because I have no information. I have no content. So what we need to do next is go to our layout. So here's my Ultimatum theme template that I just created, 960 responsive design. I'm now going to go to layouts, and lo and behold, it's going to say, well, you don't have any layouts. Well, I don't have any layouts. I'm going to add a new layout, and the two types of layouts we can offer in Ultimatum theme is full layout and partial layout. Partial layouts can be used for headers, footers. I can have many layouts in this software. I can have many headers and many footers. We're just going to call this main 960 width. Full layout and save. Now, as I explained a couple of seconds ago, that the layout needs to have rows, and this is what makes the Ultimatum theme so incredibly powerful. You can do a lot of cool stuff with this. So based on these choices, here I'm in my layout, I'm going to save my layout, and based on these choices, because software simply comes down to choice, I'm going to click row. Now, I'm going to think ahead a little bit. So here's what I want to do. I want the top part of my new WordPress theme to have a slideshow. I'm going to click this full width for sliders and insert. Then I'm going to click a row. Now I can do any type of row I want. We're going to keep this really simple. We're going to insert another row that's going to be 100%. Now, here's what makes this theme framework so incredibly powerful. And if you want to talk about simplicity, drop and drag, this is the framework for you, and that's why I love it so much. Basically, all the websites that I build, and I have over 600 WordPress websites now on the market. I built pretty much 98% of them. On occasion, I do use a couple other themes because otherwise I'd get bored. So what I want to share with you is this is your layout. You can pick all these different types of layouts and then just drop and drag your widgets or content right into these different layouts. So say as an example that below this, I want to put a 4-column layout. Great. Now keep in mind, I'm going to save the changes. If I was to go to the front end, I would see still nothing because I haven't put any widgets. So these are actually rows, div tags. Also, they're technically article HTML5 tags. So what I want to put up here, I'm going to put a slideshow here, which I will share with you how to do that in a second. But right now, I just want to put my default